All right, welcome very much for coming here today. I've put a lot of information together that is going to really support you today. There's all this new stuff that I've been learning that I'm bringing together that has just been around for thousands of years, but I've been really honing in on my skills to help my clients and during these webinars to really help some transformations. So what I want you to do, if you did not get the workbook, with the being able to have space to take notes, and also if you didn't get your quiz yet, don't worry about it, but we're going to be going in and looking at the quiz and looking at your results, because within that quiz the energy is going to come out where you need to really work on your body and where it's stagnant, and you're going to be learning a lot today about yourself. It's all about your personal journey and being able to use tools that allow you to understand yourself more. And the more that you understand what you're struggling with and the more that you learn about yourself, the more you're going to just really make big changes for yourself. So we're looking into things that are not just a diet, things that are not just a quick transformation that, instantly tomorrow you're going to be better. I'm going to give you skills that you're going to be able to use for yourself. And sometimes you can even talk to your friends, and transformations will happen too, because these tools are very basic to use. But again, it steps you into getting to know yourself more. So I just welcome you in here, and I'm really excited for you to be spending time with me. So today, you're in with me, and we're going to be talking about 8 crucial reasons stress is stopping your flat belly. Now, we all know that stress is linked with energy, so we're going to really bring both of those together. But the flat belly is really important, because now we're talking about hormones, we're talking about stagnation in your body. So it's not that you can go to the doctor and the doctor will say that, this specific thing is wrong with you. What we're doing today is we're going to look at areas that you can start working on now so that you don't have those feelings of being scared to go to the doctor. You're going to learn, why there may be swelling under your eyes, or why your energy is not where it should be. So I'm really excited to share all this stuff with you. Now, today, I want you to think about this, because you may have been going on different diets or trying different techniques, and I want you to really think about that today is a new day and a new day and a new way to take a big jump and a leap off into a new area. So if you did what you always did, you will get what you always got. Today is something new. I'm going to be teaching you these new tips and tricks that's really going to help you hone in on what you need to do next. Hi, my name is Rhonda Liebig. I'm so glad you're here. We're going to be talking about just really quickly, but I want you to get to know me a bit. And I am an author for The Fit Solution. I'm a bestseller on Amazon, and I did that through working with a coach. There's definitely a formula there, but I'm very, very proud of this book. This book really goes into how I would coach you personally. So each page is as if I'm with you in a 6-month program. So I'm really, really proud of that book. Chapter 5 is my favorite out of that one. It really talks a lot about friendships and love in your life. So also, I'm a blogger. My favorite is talking about food. So I do a lot of food stuff, but I also talk about relationships and how that can clog you. And I talk about so many things through my blog. So would love for you to come visit that. Also, I've done interviews, through Blog Talk, and I've gone to LA and did the Orgina Rose show, which she is wonderful. And then Fox 40, I'm looking at going on Fox 40. I think it's going to happen next week. So if you have already stepped into my newsletter, you'll hear more about that. So again, I'm talking about energy. This is going to be a great interview, because I'm going to give examples in what I am going to be talking about on Fox 40. It's going to be some of the stuff that we're talking about today, but there's always new ways to be looking at things. So keep up with what's going on, because throughout this whole thing, I've really focused in on energy and being able to bring back, why we have so much stress in our life. This is my family. Jeff, which is my husband, Kirsten and Jacob and me, and this is at a great time when we were having a lot of fun. But when I first stepped into my business, I was a CPA, and I was working overtime, overly too much, to where I was feeling like I was floating. I don't know if you ever had that feeling. You may have it today or you may have already had it before, but you know that floating where you feel like you can easily drop and make a mistake in everything you do, or you can literally just fly up in the air and just totally be lost because the stress is so high. I was at that point about 5 years ago, and I took 10 years away from working in the health industry, and I just focused on my career and raising Jacob and Kirsten and trying to balance everything. And I really, really got lost. I got to the point where I was so, so depressed. So the stuff I'm going to be teaching you today is stuff that I've been learning throughout my 15 years of being in the health industry. And what's important about that is that I'll show you clients' results too, because what's important is that you know that the stuff that I'm doing, it's not this magical bean I'm going to give you where things are just going to happen, but I really want to show you the struggles that people have had to what their ahas were, and more about like what they're currently doing, because as we live our life, you know, there's the ups and downs and then how we get past those lulls. So thank you for being here. All right, so the reason why you want to stay until the end with me is, like I said, I really love food. And so I'm going to give you my four favorite recipes that are for balancing sugar levels. Now, even if you're not dealing with pre-diabetes or diabetes, or if you don't even know what your blood sugar is, I usually look at if you're like 89 or above. Now, what that means is even at the sugar level of 89, you're not even pre-diabetic. But what happens with all the packaged foods that we have readily available for us because we're busy, to eating just straight up sugar, to even drinking diet stuff and diet sodas, to using some kind of other stuff that you are replacing with sugar. If it's fake, it's going to really affect your body. It's going to affect your sugar levels too. It's interesting when your hormones are thrown off, it can throw off so much other stuff in your body. I have a couple of clients right now that are diabetic, and when I look at their diet is actually really pretty darn good, but it's the stress and the overhaul of trying to live day to day in living in heavy stress that it actually pushed them into being diabetic. So there's more details about that and how that happens, but your body anything can happen with your body when you're dealing with the over stress. So that's why we're here today. The energy issues that we see today is 1 out of 5 adults claim to always be tired. 15 million office visits a year are complaining of fatigue. Most patients seeking care of fatigue are women. I'm not surprised. I feel like we're just multitasking and trying to take care of everything. And that's how I felt when I was fully engaged in my corporate career and bringing back the balance and really teaching people the step-by-step how to get away from these 3 bullet points. So this is what I call your energy opportunity today. This is going to take a mind shift, a different mind shift. And yes, it will. A different mind shift. But most people, will they pass on it? Yes, they will, for sure. Because the real question is, are you ready? Will you be passing on these new things that I'm going to be guiding you? So with you being in the group and listening to this stuff today, I want you to actively be taking notes so that you will not pass up on this, that you will actually take these basic steps. As I go through the quiz and you learn where you are stagnant in your body, you're going to learn just basic stuff with what you need to do to adjust. Because once you know what organs are having some struggles, there's just a few things you have to shift. And this is what happens with my clients too. You have shifts back and forth in your body. Sometimes your liver is stagnant and having issues. Sometimes your kidneys are having a hard time. And what I do is I'll shift it based on that with my clients, talking about, if they should be eating warmer food, cold food, if the body feels hot, what they can be doing. So that's what you're going to be learning today. So where do we start? I want you to know your why and really connect with it, because that's where we get our results, when we're really honed in specific on why we want to make these changes. So what is it that keeps you up at night regarding your health? Mine sometimes is that I feel like I didn't do everything I wanted to do. And that's usually focused on energy. So what is it for you? What keeps you up at night regarding your health? What is the biggest struggle that you deal with on your day-to-day basis, on your day-to-day life? What's your biggest struggle? Is it energy? Is that why you're here? Is it stress? Is it because you're dealing with just not feeling good in your body? Feeling good in your body actually takes a lot of work to feel good in your body. That means when you're looking at yourself in the mirror, that you're not all over yourself saying how perfect you need to be, but you're accepting who you are. And when you're walking in your body, you just feel comfortable, you feel relaxed, you feel like you know what is your struggle today. I want you to be thinking about that. Please take a note on that. And then also, what would you do to get these results? Remember when I said by the time you're done that you're going to be taking the steps that I'm going to guide you with, and that there's only going to be a few things I'm going to say that you need to do based on what area you're stuck in. So what are you going to do to get these results and to have a breakthrough that would make you happy? You know, the most important thing is, you know, when we are trying to find that happiness. I find myself sometimes spending time with the family and I realize that I'm not even relaxed, and I go, hold on, why am I not happy? I need to like take a deep breath. I need to relax. And sometimes it's the stress that I'm in, and sometimes it's just because my mind is not present and thinking about what's important to me. And so I realize I'm not happy at that point, and I take a couple breaths and I kind of break through that stuff that we put ourselves through that sometimes means nothing. Does that make sense? Sometimes we're stressed over nothing, and sometimes it's really, really big reasons why we're stressed. So what would you do to have this breakthrough to get yourself into that happiness mode, to get yourself into the mode where you are going to have enough energy to get to your goals and also be inspired to get to your goals? When we're overly tired, we're not really too excited about getting to our goals. So here it is, the 8 crucial reasons stress is stopping your flat belly. We're going to go into number 1, which is that you feel exhausted. So if you're having problems with bringing your body into a place that you want to be, it could be weight, it could be the measurements of your body, it could be that you just been having problems, you know, within your digestion, that exhaustion is going to be a number 1 reason. But here's number 1 out of 8. Number 2 is needing stimulants. So with stopping your flat belly, you're drinking or eating something you're trying to get you up. You're trying to keep yourself going and moving. And so what you're doing is you're reaching for those stimulants like coffee. I have been drinking tea, but I'm always looking for stuff that's decaf, because I know that if I am reaching for chocolate, reaching for something that's giving me a stimulant, I know there's something wrong. And that's usually when my belly will bloat. So something that's stopping your flat belly. Number 3, lack of clarity. So lack of clarity with what you're doing. So we have this thing where we talk about productivity. You know, if your mind is not clear and you don't know what you're doing because you're so overly tired, that you're going to end up having, you know, more stress in your life. The stress is going to increase your body, and your body's going to overwork. Your adrenal glands are going to overwork, and it's going to affect how you feel in your belly. And then also, if you notice, when you get cuts, if your wounds are not healing quickly, or you're feeling like you have a weak immunity, look back on how your winter was. How many times did you get sick? Do you normally get sick? I have not truly been sick in years. I would say about 5 years. And what happens is, if I do get something in my body at night, that's usually when I slow down and I'll feel ill. And then I'll wake up, or by the evening I'll feel better. I'll wake up in the morning, I'll be fine. Because our bodies, if we have a balanced immunity, we're going to be able to fight off things that are going to get us sick. If you get sick quite often, or if you got sick this winter, think about maybe the extra stress you had. And then also what's happening for your gut. Are you digesting your food? So all the nutrients that you're putting in your body, hopefully your body's digesting them. And the 5 out of the 8, irritability. So you know that if you are just stressed and not feeling good, that you're automatically going to be irritable. And then unmotivated and depressed. I have a client right now that is not doing much at all. Like, she goes to work and she works sometimes 5 to 6 days a week, but she just is bored. So her motivation to try and make changes is really, really hard. So getting her in that space. So think about if this is you. If you're just feeling like ho-hum about life today, I want you to leave me feeling like you have the tools and that you feel motivated. So I want you to roll your shoulders back. I want you to relax in your body, taking big inhales and exhales. And if you're at work, just give yourself that space to not think about what's happening at work, but really think about what's happening for yourself. Give yourself that space and time right now. And then also, I know that there's sugar, carbohydrates, and salt cravings, because salt is a stimulant also. So this is what would be stopping your flat belly. Anytime you feel like you're feeding your body with stuff just to get yourself going, usually carbohydrates would be like bread and crackers and things like that. Salt is, since it's a stimulant, it's going to make you bloat and you're going to have problems with your belly also. But this is all related with stress and stagnation. And the last one is restless sleep. Not having enough sleep is going to really get you. It's really going to stop you from getting to get the results. I usually sleep 6 to 8 hours a night. And if I sleep less than that, I can get by, but I do notice fluctuation in my weight. So I don't know if you have that, but when I feel overly tired, all the stuff 1 through 7 that I just shared with you all comes back, where I feel like I need a stimulant. I feel like I'm not, it's harder and harder to get more sleep if you've already been feeling tired. But if you are already tired, it's going to be hard to sleep a full night's rest. So if your body is off and stagnant, it is going to be harder to fall asleep because you need energy to fall asleep. And if you don't have that energy, your body's not going to click off. It's important to know. So I want you to meet Michaela. I want you to hear a success story here just to get you envisioning what is possible for you. So you're going to see Michaela at the bottom left here, the first picture that came in. When she came to me, she was ready to lose 80 to 100 pounds. And it wasn't about the scale itself. It was that her whole mind transformation. Everything that was happening in her life was not very good. She was feeling really positive, but she really got in a very depressed mode. And so this is how she looked. And this is her holding the picture because she sent it to me because she was so proud of herself. This is in one of her stages when she started losing weight, and she did quite a few. I need to have her do another video for me. She was doing videos every single time that she was having a coaching session. It was wonderful to hear from her. And so now where she is, I know that her stats are even updated where she's gotten more results than this, but this case study has been happening for a year. So Michaela has lost 22 pounds, 14.5 inches, 7 pant sizes, 7.5 body fat. So things keep happening for her, but you see the big difference, the beautiful smile she has on her face? Her confidence is up, and she is doing really, really good. And at this point right now, she has learned about portion control, and sometimes she won't even eat because she's around bad food, and she realizes that she'd rather not eat while a lot of the people that she's around eats fast food, and when she is only around that, she will actually not eat. So she's learned a lot about clearing her mental game, because as soon as she is around bad food, she's very strong in her will and her reason why she's doing what she's doing. And that's what the coaching helps with. But if even if you don't have a coach, even having friends around that are very strong and very loving for you, that's what you really, really need. And she's also made her food choice changes here, and also making a commitment to herself. So today it's really important to be connected with making a commitment to being able to do something new for yourself, and giving you that okay, that reason that it's okay to give you that space to do something for yourself. I know sometimes we feel a little bad when we start doing stuff for ourselves, but think about it. If you're taking care of yourself, you're taking care of everybody. We really, really do take care of everybody around us. So it's important to think about. So energy is depleted from nutritional deficiencies. So let's take a shift here, and let's start thinking about our day stuff. And if you got your packet, I want you to start taking notes. When we're talking about nutritional deficiencies, I want you just to start writing stuff down about, what you're doing that is not working. And if your mindset gets changed and it shifts into what you're doing that's really, really right, I want you to write that down too. There's never a reason to go fully to the negative side. Sometimes it's wonderful to crowd out and look at the positive and write your notes, because as you're getting motivated and thinking about this, writing your notes is going to help you. So then you get your mind moving along, because you're actively talking to yourself and getting yourself moving. So nutritional deficiencies. Also, overworking. If you're working a lot of hours, up above all the 8 that we talked about are the reasons why you don't have a flat belly. It's because of stuff like this. Overworking. Too much computer or cell phone. I know quite a few people that are working all the time and they have their cell phone with them all the time. But just the extra stuff that actually is very hard on your body to keep balance from all the stuff that comes from the radiation with the computer and the phone. And what's really important is even not using the Bluetooths. I stopped using the Bluetooth and I use just like earbuds now. If I'm driving somewhere, my car actually does have where it's all fully connected. So then it's not directly to my head. But my friend's husband just passed away a while ago. And, we start thinking about cancer, and we start thinking about just anything and everything that we're doing that we can shift. I really, truly want you to think about why your energy is depleted. So if you're not on the list here, I want you to start writing notes on something that you are learning as you're going along, or thinking about why you're not dealing with life in a real positive, healthy, energetic way. So is it because we're stressed because of physical and emotional stress? Way easy to have that happen. That happens all the time. And it used to happen more often for me in my personal life. And then I started learning, these tools, because we really have to just know that it's okay to feel positive and healthy. It's not a bad thing to feel good. So boredom, job, life, lack of inspiration for energy being depleted, lack of connection of nature. It's interesting. I had a client, and we did this thing where we started having her go out and go for walks along the river. I live in Sacramento here, and we have this wonderful river, and we have a trail that goes along with it. And she started taking her dog out for walks, and she realized that every time she took a walk with her dog out there, she really felt balanced. And so when we're not around nature enough, we start getting caught up with our cell phones and computers and everything that's going on, that we really lose the connection with who we are. So that's definitely a big one. Now we're getting closer and closer to being able to review our quiz results, and I'm going to show you the quiz in a moment here. But we're focusing in today on the liver meridian point. I'll talk more about that. And we're also focusing in on the other part, which is your kidney meridian. Now, there are way more meridians than that because we have way more organs. So every organ has its own meridian point, its own point for where it touches on your foot, to where it touches to your hand, to where if you're swelling under your eyes or your face is swelling, what that is. So every organ has a circulation. Really think about your body as this energetic system that keeps moving, and every organ has its own way of moving and how it affects your body. So if you keep that in mind, we'll be able to move this forward and feel really good about the results that you're going to understand and know about yourself. So 10 signs your liver is telling you it needs help. Abdominal bloating. So we've been talking about a flat belly. Well, the liver is going to be affecting your belly, because the liver is going to be working along with the circulation, everything in your body. Pain or discomfort over the liver, right upper abdominal area under the rib cage. I have a client that deals with that constantly, and she doesn't have her gallbladder, so then her liver is overworking. Number 3, excessive abdominal fat. So you have a pot belly or a rollover on the upper abdominal. Number 4, trouble digesting fatty foods, because the gallbladder and the liver work together. So that's why that would happen. 5, had your gallbladder removed. Well, of course, because the liver does have to overwork. So you're going to, but even if you have your gallbladder gone, sometimes you can still be stagnant in your kidneys. So just kind of keep an open mind here. Number 6, acid reflux, heartburn. Dark spots on the skin, commonly referred to as liver spots, overheating of the body, and excessive perspiration. But if you have excessive perspiration in your forehead, that would be more of your intestines, your belly. But your overall heating, your whole body having a hard time, that's connected with your liver. Acne, rosacea, or itchy, blotchy skin. I've had this many times before I understood this stuff. I used to get hives really, really, really bad. And this is all related, and then I have blotches on my skin. This is all related with your kidneys, I'm sorry, with your liver having a hard time. Unexplained weight gain and inability to lose weight, even with calorie restriction. Do you have that problem? It's interesting because I've had quite a few clients that, were expecting to lose weight right away, but sometimes it just takes a while. Sometimes it takes time to heal. So then, I slides are stuck. Hold on. That's so funny. That doesn't work if my slides get all stuck. 5 signs kidneys are stuck. So we were just talking about the liver. Now the kidneys are very, very focused in on your water system. So leg and back pain, having problems with urinary urgency. So when you feel like you have to go to the bathroom real quick, like I have to go to the bathroom, I have to go to the bathroom, your kidneys and your bladder work together. So that means there's struggle there. Also fatigue. The adrenal gland is right above on the kidneys, and it's very easy to have the kidneys overworking and trying to help the adrenal gland. And so there's fatigue that actually sets in along with that. So that's a really good sign. And then also swelling under your eyes and on your face, and then irritated skin. Again, this is the water system. And so these are the areas where you can easily be stagnant. And so let's go into the quiz. Let's talk about what we need to look at here. Okay, so on your 3rd page, you're going to see the FIT quiz. And this energy quiz is going to help you know if you are stagnant in the kidneys or the liver. So with your pen and paper, I want you to start looking at this. Let's focus in on the top area here. And we're going to look at body pains on the kidneys. For the kidney area, dark purple or veins around the ankle. I used to have this. I used to actually have a lot of pain around my ankles, and I didn't realize that it was because I loved sugar so much. I was a sugar-aholic, and if I don't have my balance, it's going to happen to me time and time again. So looking at any kind of extra veins around the ankle in dark purple. Also, if you touch right above your ankle, if there's any tenderness there, that means you're having some issues. You're having some issues. Pinky toe is pink or red. So I used to, wear different shoes or whatever, and I would think, oh my gosh, my pinky toe is burning. Oh my gosh, I'm having problems with my pinky toe. Well, when you start working your body and your system starts moving, then if you have anything going on with any burning sensation, with it being extra red, that's a focus. That's a focus, meaning that your kidneys are stagnant and having a hard time. So getting up in the middle of the night to pee. I just did a video with my client, Anna, and Anna was having problems where she was getting up 10 times a night just to go to the bathroom. And she has stones, and so her family was telling her that, well, you have stones because it just runs in the family. And the big discussion was, okay, this runs in the family, which means that's what we call epigenetics. Let's start fighting those genes. Let's turn those genes off. So whatever runs in your family, fight to get rid of the regular stuff that's going to happen to you because it runs in your family, and start using these tools that I'm going to be teaching you in a moment here. Swelling under the eyes, which I brought up, that's a kidney thing. Losing hair in the front of your, like in the front part of your hair. Noticing that because that's where one of your meridian points for your kidneys. Also on the right side here, emotions. Kidneys is definitely linked with liver. Linked with feeling like you are living in fear and trepidation, afraid to do anything new, afraid to go and spend time with new people, afraid of going to the store, afraid of walking out of the house, afraid of just anything new. Once you start balancing the kidneys, you may have this in your personality to have some type of fear, but once you start balancing the kidneys, this is what Anna just talked about when we did the video, that she had so much fear related around being in a group of people, even when it was her family, meaning like her mom and dad and aunts and uncles, sisters, or whatever. As soon as more people came together, she was having an uncomfortable feeling. And as we started balancing her kidneys, within a month, she was just almost crying and saying that I cannot believe that this is really what I needed, was to balance my kidneys. Also, loss of will. So we were talking about how Michaela earlier where she was eating fast food, and like right now, she does not have loss of will. If she has fast food in front of her, she'll say, nope, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to eat fast food. I'm going to wait until I can eat something regular. And then also cannot move beyond fears. You just feel stuck, feel stagnant. So I want you to mark anything that you're stuck in on the kidney side. Liver. Now, liver is where your liver enzymes get released. And so problem with dry eyes is a really important thing to think about. Your liver is what fuels that the fluids in your eyes. Also, headaches on the side of your head. The side of your head is part of your meridian point for your gallbladder. Since your liver and your gallbladder work together, this is important to hone in for your liver. Also, if you have two lines in between the eyes, so in between the eyes, that's a direct meridian point for liver. Your meridian point is the cycle of the direction that your organ is working and the way the energy that it works in the body. So that's what meridian means. Let's see, big toe ache. So that's a direct connection to your liver. I used to always get ingrowing toenails, and I was always trying to figure out, like, why do I have ingrowing toenails sometimes and other times I don't? Like, what is going on? Well, it runs in my family. Well, my dad's always had that problem. Okay, so as I started learning more and more about the liver and what was going on, that I realized that if I have my body balanced, that I do not get, in my liver cleanse, I do not get ingrowing toenails. It could be a long time before I get an ingrowing toenail and I go, okay, now I need to work on my liver, because again, everything's dynamic. So big toe ache, you don't have to have an ingrowing toenail, but definitely need to be concerned if your big toe is aching. Hip or shoulder being hurt. I have a client that is dealing with, she drives like 6 hours a day. And so her body aches because her body is in a position sitting all day. But what happens is when she gets herself more balanced, those pains go away. There's less pain that happens. Sometimes she does have pain. Right now, she actually has pain in both of her shoulders. She's dealing with a lot of stress right now. So we're working back into getting her in balance. So you see, it's not that you do something and for the rest of your life you're going to be fine, but the tools are that you know what's going on and then you know the steps so that you can balance yourself again. Just like me, I have imbalances, and so what I'm sharing with you is stuff that I do for myself also. Let's go on the emotional side. With liver and the bile, you actually get easily angered and frustrated. But you also have a hard time starting in the day because you feel stagnant in your body. So your body just does not want to get up and go because your enzymes are just not releasing and allowing that to wake your body up. So you feel slow and stagnant. That's how you get angered and frustrated easily, because you just don't have the patience for anybody. I just don't care. So I want you to add this up. So I want you to figure out what your results are for your kidney and your liver. So here, where did you have most of your check marks? And then I want you to think about this, because this is the point where you have to step into it. Remember the questions I asked you about, are you ready to move forward? So this is a Shawn Achor quote that I live by, to remind myself that I just have to realize I can change. Happiness is not the belief that we don't need to change. It's the realization that we can. Like opening up your hands and saying, here's a gift for you. Have the realization that you can change. We always need to change. There's always new things that we can find out about ourselves and keep moving forward. That's how we keep growing. We all need to change. And as we learn more and more about ourselves, we'll find new things, new wonderful things that maybe we haven't been doing fully right, because we realize, oh my gosh, I wish I'd have been nicer to somebody. I need to work on that. I wish that I could be more loving and more open-hearted. Okay, I need to work on that. So there's always things to be working on. So where are you stuck? Where are you stuck? If you're stuck in the kidney bladder meridian, so that is your kidneys work along with your bladder, and that was the first part of the quiz. I want you to think about this. First off, starting your morning with stretching. Now, each meridian point has a specific stretch that you need to do, because this is going to open up your body. So you see how she's stretching? She's stretching the whole backside of her legs, directly connected connect it with your water system. When your water system is off, you're going to notice it's harder to stretch. You see how peaceful she looks on the right? You want to start your day off feeling peaceful. So that stretch is going to declog. Now, the person I was talking about earlier that I'm going to share with you in a moment is Monica, and she actually does these stretches in the morning, and it made a big, big difference in how she felt within a couple days. Just within a couple days. But it does take a while to heal the body. So sometimes just it takes a week or it takes 6 months. Depends on how heavy your stress is. So where are you stuck? Was it kidneys? This is where I want you to avoid raw food and cold drinks. It doesn't mean for the rest of your life, but focus in on this. When your water system's off, it's harder to be able to keep your body warm. So you're going to have cold parts of your body. And you're going to have parts of your body around the kidney and bladder that are going to be stagnant. And you're going to be cold. And you're going to think of it almost like a dead, like there's not much circulation there. And you need that extra warmth before you're going to burn those calories. So don't think of it the old school way that if you drink water in your ice in your water, that it's going to rev up your metabolism and help you lose weight. It's actually going to make your body colder. So get the circulation around your belly and help the kidneys and bladder by eating cooked foods, by drinking room temperature drinks. And then, as we said, stretch and reach for your toes, but also be fearless. Remember with the kidneys, we were talking about how there's fear and trepidation. I want you to step into something new. Step into something new that fears you, so then you can realize emotionally, taking that next step, that doing something new is not that bad. And it helps you grow, and it makes you want to do more. It makes you want to do more. At the top of the hour, I was talking about being on Fox 40. Well, that's scary. It's something that you have to be fearless of. But when I have kidney bladder imbalances, it scares the heck out of me. When I have my body balanced, I don't care. I want to get out there in front of people. I want to help as many people as I can. I'm ready to be fearless. So are you. I want you to work on that. If you're in the liver gallbladder meridian, I want you to be doing this stretch every morning. And the biggest thing is you can even sit down, open up your legs, and reach to the side. That is your gallbladder meridian. I want you to open that up. That's where you're going to balance everything. And remember, if you don't have a gallbladder, you're just helping your body. You're helping your body move so that the liver doesn't have to work as hard. Because your liver, it's estimated, has to work like 3 times harder when you don't have a gallbladder, because there's so much that happens with the storage of the bile to be able to break down the fat, to be able to keep your body moving, because your liver does everything. Helps balance the hormones. It tells the hormones when to release so you can digest your food. Digesting your food takes about 80 hormones. So your liver is a thinker, and your liver does a lot for your body. So I want you to restrict fast foods and fried foods. So anything that's really a lot of fat right now, try and stay away from that. One of my clients I'm going to be introducing you to, Monica, she is dealing with that she can't have fried foods. And if there's too much in there of fat, then she gets really sick. Also want you to avoid sugar, soda, refined carbohydrates. Now, when the liver's off balance, you can also get fatty liver, and that also is connected with diabetes. So remember at the top of the hour, I was saying that a lot of us don't even know if we're pre-diabetic or even, before that, where the blood is at 89, and you realize that your body is shifting into a mode that's not very healthy, that you have to heal it. So avoid sugar and soda and refined carbohydrates. Also exercise 30, 40 minutes per day. Keep your body moving. Keep your body moving. You want that circulation for your heart and the movement so the liver keeps cleansed. So wasn't that easy? I'm backing up here. So you have your kidney, bladder, meridian. 3 things. Step into that. And when you do that, you're going to notice there's going to be big changes that happen. So if you eat a lot of raw food, this is going to take quite a bit to change. If you drink cold drinks, this is going to be a while before you're ready to actually make changes. So do it slowly. Crowd out as much as you can by just adding all those wonderful things that are going to work for you right now. Kidney, bladder. Remember with the liver, gallbladder, that you have 3 things to follow up on. 3 things. That's all you have to do. So we are what we repeatedly do. And excellence then is not an act, but a habit. And not an act, but a habit. So the 3 things I gave you for each one, I want you to step in fully. Here's Monica's story, and she's lost, and this is just within a month. She lost 4 inches in her overall body, and she lost 5.6% body fat. Now, what happened is what I told you above, that's what she was working on too. So she was stuck in her, like she has 2 different areas she was stuck, but she was mainly stuck in her kidneys. And she realized that the month of December, she was not feeling good at all. Oh, she was feeling terrible, and she bloated up real bad. And so in this picture right here, you're going to see on Facebook, she's telling everybody, hey, look at how puffy I was, and now look how I look. This is just happened. Now look how I look. So she started really realizing that the 3 things that I told her to do seemed so basic and easy, and she's like, oh yeah, whatever. And we started coaching around it, and she realized that if I just make these few changes, I need to go for it. I need to make changes. I'm going to allow myself to step in 100% to start taking care of myself. Now, what's happening with Monica right now, though, even though these results happened, she's on a plateau. So now we're in our next stage of learning what she needs to do next. So she had a great month and kept that going really good. And then she kind of got in a lull because she was working night and day. This is kind of how her business was happening. And now she's going back to regular schedule, and now she's going to step into it. So I can't wait till next time I talk to you guys to tell you what her next stuff is. So again, it's all dynamic. Things change all the time. So remember, nothing that I've shared with you today is theory. I've used every single one of these strategies in my personal energy plan, but I've also used this to help my clients that are using these strategies too. So this really is not theory. Just 3 basic things, but it's big changes in our life. So you have to know your why. You know what you want to learn to get results like my clients. You know what you want to learn to get results like my clients, but you may not know what you need to do. Now, I gave you 3 steps to do, but when you start thinking about the changes in your life, being able to really focus in on clearing your stagnation, sometimes you feel like I still feel overwhelmed. Well, number 2, your why you're here still is that you're frustrated with all the information out there, but you're still holding out hope for you getting these types of results. Remember the quote I was saying that you just have to really tell yourself that you have the power to make those changes, and just giving yourself that realization that you can do it. And then also that you just want to be told what to do and how to do it. And that's why I'm glad that you're here, because I want you to see results in your health journey. Weight loss, energy, less stress. And so we talk a lot about the flat belly because us women, that's where we carry our stress. And if you're not a woman that carries that in that area, you're going to have more hip and thighs. But as you're going along, no matter where you carry your extra weight, it's always going to come back when you're feeling overly stressed. So one thing to take with you today is that I am not extra special and that I do not have access to exclusive resources and tools. But I just have a signature strategy that works. And as you see, this has worked for others too. And you know what? You can too. You can get these changes just like everybody else. So with Monica, with those big changes within just a month, with Michaela being able to get the results within over this year and making big changes and emotional changes and really making a big commitment to herself is important. The obvious question is, how do I get the results now that I've tried in the past to do? So we've all tried diets. You know, I was talking to my client Samantha this morning, and we always have these discussions about, you know, our girls, and just thinking about how, you know, how can we raise the most balanced girls that we can, you know, that we can raise, because the hardest part is, I mean, I remember when I was younger and the thinking that I had to figure out what diet was going to work for me. And I never really understood that really it's all about healing my body and healing my mental state. Because I had a lot of stuff going on when I was younger. I think everybody has. We've all had stuff that's really affected us. And so when we talk about things that we've done in the past, it's probably been extreme, where we've talked about, having a soda and a candy bar, which I hear a lot of people have done that. I think I've done that too. And then you're thinking, oh, it's all calories. Oh, I've only had 500 calories and 3,000 milligrams of salt, which is already bloating us. But we just used to think about calorie in, calorie out. But what about the mental state and the stuff that happened that we've done in the past that just totally did not stick? So you have a choice. And it can be complicated and confusing because we've all tried stuff. But it can also be simple and structured. Remember how I laid out just 3 specific things depending on where you're stagnant. And if you're feeling that life has not been simple and structured and trying to find different ways to do things, I know that I feel like I want to scream. I feel like this is crazy because a diet should be easy, but then we have sabotages that stop us and we just feel like, oh my gosh, how is this going to, how is life going to be easier? I want to stop talking to myself about my weight. I want to stop looking at myself and saying how I don't look the way I want to look. And I want those old past sabotages that have stopped me from feeling good about myself and just saying crappy things to myself. Last weekend, I had an energy retreat, and these ladies were wonderful. And we talked about things, and everything was casual until I brought up weight. And we started talking about everybody had a story about somebody looking at them the way that they thought somebody was saying that they were fat, or somebody directly said they were fat, or that somebody even compared themselves to a girl in a magazine, and why couldn't they look like that? Oh, it's just hogwash. This is what drives me crazy. What I want you to think about being able to have a plan that is going to give you something that is going to give you the energy and the focus that you need. And I want to introduce to you Energy Unleashed. It's the absolute fastest way to eliminate stress and overwhelm to getting results. I'm going to show you how. Why we usually fail, and this is so true, because we diet. We have many of our girlfriends out there that are dieting. I don't think too many people tell me too much about diets anymore because they know how much I'm against it. But it always brings a good discussion. I never cut people off because I think it's a wonderful discussion to have. We've all been raised around diets. But 65% of us dieters regain weight within 3 years. So a lot of research on that. I pulled this from the University of Pennsylvania. But the truth is, we've all done some type of diet and felt like, oh my gosh, I'm so skinny, I feel so good. And you get mentally distorted in your mind where you keep looking at your body thinking, I need to be losing even more weight. And you can be skinny, skinny, skinny and still see this person that is not you anymore. So Unleashed Energy is where you're going to have trainings that are all ready for you right now. You're going to have 8 weekly coaching sessions. It's all 100% online, so no matter where you are, you're going to be able to tap into my fit coaching. You have a private Facebook group. Signature templates to guide and support you daily. You need that. You need to have support, something that keeps reminding you about gratitude, about sabotages that you just need to clear out. So I have checklists to give you the daily success steps that you need. Energy Unleashed was created on the foundation of timeless health strategies. They've been around for thousands of years. And this is what I get my clients to use. The strategies are important because if you don't have strategy, we get lost and we start looking at ourselves physically and thinking we need to be changing ourselves and hurting ourselves. I'm telling you right now, dieting is old school. Mental alignment and focus and strategies are where it is. Private Facebook group is where it is. That's where you get your support. That's where you get access to me anytime you need and have a question. You get coaching sessions that are going to help you stay focused, make you feel good, give you that motivation to keep yourself going. 100% online. If you're in your car and you are not available, you have any time to tap into the coaching session. It's going to be recorded, so it's going to be live there for you. Templates that are going to help you. And since I've been in the industry for over 15 years, I'm telling you, the stuff that I do, I keep tweaking and tweaking and adjusting. Whatever I was doing last year, It's even better this year. It gets better and better. This is my best work. I'm very, very proud of it. Your course curriculum, I really want to go into this because if this is where you are feeling that this is the direction you need to go to really finally get yourself motivated, focused in, and changing so that you can understand yourself more, so you can love yourself more and have nurturing relationships. You're going to really start learning about your beauty factor. Well, what's happening with our aging? Is there a way to change that? Why do I keep having puffiness under my eyes? Why do I keep breaking out around my chin? Is this related with hormones? You're going to learn so much about how much control you have over what your face looks like. Now, we have stuff that happens that's natural aging. A lot of stuff that's going on is because of our stress, because our stress is bringing our hormones out of balance so that our hormones are off and so we're breaking out. Or is it because our belly isn't flat anymore because we're having issues? So the art of visual diagnosis is module 1. This is where you're going to interpret your physical cues. And you're not going to have to go to the doctor, get blood tests, x-rays, any invasive procedures. This is stuff before your doctor can find it. If you've already been diagnosed with something, I want you to start thinking about the steps you're going to do that you can learn through this process by healing your body in a way that's better than what you're doing right now. Module 2, it's related with organ and meridian diagnosis. So you and I, we just went over the liver, we went over the kidneys, and what is happening with that. Well, there's so much more than just that. But there's 2 areas you can focus in on. Well, this module, you're going to learn more. You're going to be learning about how to decipher what's happening with your physical imbalances so you can build your food. So talking about your flat belly plan, well, this is it. This area right here, you're going to learn, well, I'm stagnant in this area and I need to build my plate. So in the morning, lunch, and dinner, this is what it is. You have tools. You know exactly what you need to do. This isn't a diet. This is not a diet. This is understanding where you're stuck today and what you need to do to get yourself back into alignment. And then you just learn later on that you may be stuck in another area. Well, all this information you get is lifetime access. So you're going to be learning about the pains that you have, the aging, the balance, and the eating, and what you're going to do to be able to make it better. Bonus module, you're going to learn about your meridian points by what you're going to need to do for stretching. We're going to have a master training with me. I've been doing this since I was 19. And all the trainings that I do is based specifically on your meridian points. So your bonus module, you'll be spending time with me stretching and working out based on where you're stuck in your meridian point. So you're going to be learning so much about your body and how you're feeling. It's wonderful. We'll go into module 3 where you're going to be learning about your 10 sabotages for clearer thinking. Well, you may know some of your sabotages, but I'm telling you right now that you're going to be realizing that you have way more sabotages than you realize, but you're going to find that it's going to be easier to heal once you tackle them, once you're aware of them. And this is what holds you back, telling yourself that no, you can't do it. I'm telling you, those sabotages stop us every time. Also, you're going to learn from an energetic 90-year-old woman. This woman is going to tell you what she's been doing all her life, every morning, to keep herself vibrant. She is going to be just blow your socks off. Hey, I want to be 90. And I want to be like this woman. This is a bonus module you'll definitely want to be part of. Then we also have module 4. And we're going to talk about, now chakras are interesting because it connects directly with your endocrine system. Your endocrine system is the hormones. And that is where we're going to have stagnation with emotions and the food that we're eating. And it's all going to connect together. And it takes a while to get there because this is the part that's harder. So this is going to be later within the program. But you're going to learn through the sabotages beforehand, and you're going to start being able to relate them even deeper with the chakras. So if you haven't worked with the chakras, just think about it as that you physically have stagnation in your body, and when you're stressed, you can feel pulses like in your chest, you feel stressed or your belly, all those kinds of things. So it brings it to realistic terms. But things we've known for thousands of years, and I'm going to bring it to realistic terms for you. I want you to also learn overall, by the time you're getting closer and closer to the end of Energy Unleashed, that you're going to do your self-evaluation and see where you are. This is where you're going to have some coaching. We have live coaching calls This is where you can ask questions and start talking about, this is what I'm learning about myself. This is what, these are the changes that I've learned I need to make. And you're going to have me there to inspire and motivate and focus you and to keep you going in your healthy goals. Everything that's really important for you. Also, putting it all together to create a successful life. So eliminate high blood sugar to accelerated weight loss, break through daily stagnation to unwavering energy, stop sabotages so that you can create a stress-free lifestyle and create exact meals for your flat belly results. So you came in here and we were talking about stress, but think about how this all is connected. Once you start healing in one area, it changes throughout your whole body, and you start finding emotionally and physically that you start feeling better. Start looking at food as if it's really your medicine. It's not just food in, food out, trying to just, stuff our emotions in with it. So you're going to have live calls like what I talked about, which is wonderful. Also, you're going to learn some of the stuff that Samantha learned, and this is really important. As I've been working with Rhonda and getting into action and receiving great results. Before Rhonda, I was doing self-sabotage, not much life balance, and have learned to eat for my body. I would recommend Rhonda if you're ready for life balance, to lose weight, get into action, and ready to learn more about your personal health journey. See, so this is when Samantha was in perfect alignment. Well, just like me, I have perfect alignment quite a bit. But sometimes you have stagnation that happens back and forth, so we sway back and forth. But isn't this a great testimonial? This is after we went through some really big steps through her journey. And you feel that alignment that she had too. So thanks for that, Samantha. I really appreciate that. So you have Module 1, Art of Visual Diagnosis, Module 2, Organ Meridian Diagnosis, bonus module with the point of being able to find your meridian point that you're stuck in, learning the workout. You're going to be with me as your master trainer. You're going to have Module 3, Clearing the 10 Sabotages to Clearer Thinking. Bonus module, you're going to learn from an energetic 90-year-old. I think we all need to learn from somebody that's really been there. Also, Module 4, the 7 steps to self-discovery, focus on the chakras. Module 7, the self-evaluation. We need to reevaluate ourselves, and this really helps you focus. Module 6, putting it all together to create a successful life. So, how much will this cost me? I know this is something that you're thinking about as we're going along and what this program is all about. So you could try and figure this out on your own and spend tons of time. We've talked about going in different diets, waste of time trying to do it yourself, because there's a lot of stuff that I'm going to guide you that I can help you focus. So your mistakes will cost you. It'll just give you more time to have to figure out what you need to do. So ready for Energy Unleashed. The total value, when I start looking at the modules and the time that you're with me and the coaching, $1,337. But your investment today is $297, and I want to tell you that you also have an installment payment plan if you want to do that, which is $157. So if you go to rhondaliebig.com, Energy Unleashed special, right there, you're going to see everything I just told you. At the bottom, you'll see that you have a button right there for $297. I would love for you to click in there if you feel that Energy Unleashed is for you. If you feel like you've been stagnant in areas and have not felt like you've had the understanding. I've spent thousands and thousands of dollars on my coaching because I keep learning about myself and about, through my health coaching school and learning about how to guide you with the tools that I know to be able to help you even further. So it also spent time in really learning how to coach even deeper. And so the investment is something that I think is so easy, because this is going to be a big platform for you to take all this information, learn week by week, learning how to heal your body so that you can have unwavering energy, so you can have higher productive days. So you feel that you can do anything that you want to. You start feeling like you can step away from the fear and trepidation or the stress that happens in our day, and that you feel like you're short with people because you just get angered easily. So your investment is $297, installment $157. So here's what you need to do next. I want you to go to rhondaliebig.com, Energy Unleashed Special. Pick your date. You have June 15th, which is coming up, which that would be a great way to get into your summer and really get yourself moving forward and feeling good. Would be done within a couple months, and you will be feeling good because each time you have your coaching, you're going to notice that you're going to start feeling more slender. Now, when I say feel more slender, it doesn't always mean the scale's going to change, but your pants are going to be fitting you differently. Your body's going to be feeling good. You're going to have more motivation, and you're going to feel like you're not going to be staring at your body and saying, I do not like this body. And you're not going to be bad at your body anymore. You're going to realize how much control you have over where you are right now. The way that your body looks right now is just decisions that you've made along the way to how it looks at this point. So get those tools that you need to get. Learn about how to take care of yourself. Also, I want to support you and make sure you know that there's a 30-day money back guarantee. I want you to feel that if there's something in here that I basically said that you don't feel that you got in my training, I want to hear from you. I feel so good about this program that I want to make sure that you get 100% back money if you are not happy with the results that you're getting as you're going along. The only thing I ask from you is that you're 100% in, that you're in the live calls, that you're in the Facebook group, your private Facebook group, really speaking to what you're learning as you go through your journey. I tell you, you're going to have so much support. You can have daily support through the Facebook group, but you're also going to have live coaching. You're going to have built templates that are going to help you daily in being able to stay focused and work through each part, each module. Enrollment increases by $200 on Sunday. So May 31st, I'm going to bring it right back to regular pricing. And why this is so intense in the pricing is because I want you to feel that you are going to be making an investment that is going to give you the results that you truly want and that you've been wanting to have, and that you're not dieting anymore, that you're learning more about yourself so that you don't have the fear about yourself, a fear of aging, that you start seeing that there's natural aging and that you realize the other aging that's going on, that right now today you can start making those changes, and that you are living a life that authentically is you. And this is the biggest part that I got out of the stuff that I'm guiding you with, is my personal breakthroughs with learning how to be a better person, quote unquote, a better person. So I always knew that I was quiet and shy, and what I learned, I was afraid of people judging me. So I thought if I was quiet, then nobody would judge me. And then I realized that some people will judge you. And so no matter what you do, if you talk a lot or you don't talk a lot, no matter what, people are going to judge you. So then I had to shift and learn, well, why do I care about what other people think? But it had to be a mindset. It wasn't something I just said. It was something I had to work through. So here's your jump start to get yourself feeling like emotionally balanced. You're not concerned about what other people think. You start realizing that the way that your body looks right now, that you can start making changes, that you're going to learn about the stagnation in your body and why that is so important to declog, de-stress yourself, so that you don't go to the doctor and get diagnosed with something. You'll feel like you have control over things. You'll start seeing things happening. You go, okay, I need to start working in this area. I've been eating too much sugar, or I've been eating too much diet stuff, and it's making me reach for more and more food. So now I need to get more balance. In the chakras, you're going to learn so much about your emotions, and you're going to learn different areas that you're going to want to work in. Well, the material is going to be robust. So for the rest of your life, you can start working through each of the 7 chakras I'm going to be guiding you through. And you're going to learn how to listen to yourself and listen to your sabotages. Listen to the stuff that really doesn't do anything but make you feel worse. You're going to learn how to bring yourself into crowding out the negative stuff by throwing in all the positive stuff. And that could be through your food, through your sabotages, through chakras, through your meridian points, getting to know yourself. But I want you to think about that. I want you to click in there and read. Again, you have 100% guarantee within the 30 days. And I want you to feel like Beverly did, that she actually, and she's a client, a past client, and she keeps coming back and doing different things with me because she just has these things where she wants to tweak here and there, and she knows she needs certain things. And life can be very stressful. So she goes through different coaching programs based on where she is in her life. But realizing that I can feel satisfied by eating so simply and clean, finishing a meal and not feeling bloated. Whoa, what a way to think. That she actually learned how to be eating and not feeling bloated anymore. That's a hard thing to do, especially after you hit the age of 40 and over. But even when I was in elementary school, I would easily feel bloated. I would start start around 5th grade. I would start eating foods and never knew that it was food, never knew it was my personal stress, but I actually would have a hard time keeping my pants buttoned. So it can happen at any age. And then Nancy said, thank you for educating me on making healthy choices and explaining how that makes me more fit, healthy, and better capable of taking care of my body. I want you to learn how to take care of your body, how to take care of yourself, how to make yourself feel good. That's the only way that you're going to be able to make a shift moving forward in your life, is making sure that you learn about how to take care of your body. Well, how do you take care of your body? It's not just through meditation. It's not just doing one thing or the other. It's about bringing it all together and getting to know yourself. So I leave you here today really thinking about this. And I'm going to end you over in redirecting you into the higher energy Unleashed page. But I want you to think about each step of the way, where you're at right now, where you want to go, and what's the next step you want to do. I appreciate you spending this time with me, and you have an insightful day. Catch up with you soon. Hope to see you on the other side.